Occasionally, my timeline is blessed with some of the wildest, most wacky videos you'll ever see. Today was the day where I had one of the boons from the gods of the Twitter algorithm to bless me with a video that I feel like is just one of the most confusing ones you'll see in a while. And it involves a person having probably one of the most confusing and just insane driving crashes you'll see in a while. It's one of those all timers. We had the question, what the fuck happened, and how the person got into the scenario that they were in. So the tweet that I saw is from this police department, the Tigard Police Department in Oregon. With the only thing that the title says is that there was a crash where a neighbor captured this video of the truck that crashed into a home last Friday, causing extensive damage. Fortunately, no one was seriously hurt. Officers are continuing to investigate this case. Additional charges may be pending. And so, if we go to like a full view of this entire scene we got here, there's really not much you can expect to like see an extensive damage to a house here. Because if you look at it, we're at a cul-de-sac right now, and I'm assuming this kind of goes into a residential area. And so I know you're wondering, well, how the hell did a car crash here and cause extensive damage? And I really can't even describe what happened. I think you just need to watch and be in awe of the absolute spectacular driving performance that you're going to see here. So it kind of sneaks in you pretty quick, but like I don't know what the actual hell this person managed to do to make it so that they launched themselves at such an angle to crash. Like, look at this. They're probably like 7 or 8 feet in the air, and they just managed to crash perfectly into this poor soul's house. Like, it just comes in so suddenly. So you watch it and then it just boom in. Like, let's get a slow mo replay on this and just see the absolute beauty of however the hell they managed to drive like the way that they did. Like, it's a perfect shot too. Like, it's not like they like barely skimmed the house or anything. They like went perfectly airborne and landed into it. Like they hit the route perfectly to where there was just no opportunity for them to swerve. The first time they hit the ground is through the house. They hit the house and then they land. And so I pulled up like the police department, the release of what happened, and we get more of an extensive view on just the absolute amount of property damage we're seeing here. So right here we have them. The car is just entirely in the house. It has been subsumed and become one with the house, and just even more shocking now looking at just how much that driver fucked up driving. And more so here, I think they tore down the wall. Oh no, the wall just got exploded because the car hit it. They didn't tear it down. And more example of this. I think it's a Ford that just crashed at Mach 10 into the side of a poor soul's house. So I went to the scene of crime on Google Maps. We have it here. Now, don't mean to dox these people, but we have to do some investigation. So what I'm assuming is, this right here is the intersection in which we are at. Okay, this intersection right here, and we can kind of see here the ramp that they took to land into this house. I'm pretty sure this is the house that they ran to. It looks a lot like the one that we see in the video, and so I'm assuming this is where the perpetrator launched themselves from. And so if we look here, there's two angles we could have come from. All right, so either A, they were moving. What direction is this? I think this is like southbound. So they're moving southbound on this road, and then swerve to the right, and then manage to like hit this angle and go up and launch themselves. Or maybe even they hit this angle right here and then launch themselves. Or B, they were coming this direction. I think it was west. They were moving west, and then this gives them a better angle to run right into it. So I look over here, and unfortunately, we don't have really proper Google Street View because there's construction right here, so we can't see the true event of what happened. But from what I'm assuming is there's some sort of angle or ramp that was created right here. They're able to launch themselves out of, but then again, it doesn't really prove to see much of an angle of which they came in. So I think the best possible assumption that we have right here is that they took this angle this way and then managed to launch themselves and into this car and into the car, and then like the car kind of turned as it made impact. That's kind of my ballistic analysis. I'm not a car ballistics analysis expert. I don't know if there's a single one in the globe like that where they analyze how cars get launched as a projectile into someone's house. But I'm assuming that's kind of what happened here. We have some intense analysis of the situation. And one thing I was curious too is like, what is the speed limit on this road? So I've kind of been looking around for the speed limit, and it's 40. So I don't think this person was hitting, the speed limit. I don't think they were a safe driver here. 'Cause I don't think 40 miles per hour is capable of producing such a large angle that launched the car as far as it did and at such a velocity that it crashed into this house. And once again, poor soul right here, living and just having one of the dumbest drivers of all time. And so, yeah, I mean, I would love to see anyone else's take on the angle the car took. Maybe they took this route. Let's check the speed limit here 45. Now, hold on. Maybe 45 miles per hour, I would have hit this angle. And from looking at it again, I honestly don't think my assumption's correct. I think in hindsight, I think I know what happened. I think what they did, this person who's driving the car, I think it was a dude, who was driving down this road, kind of swerved like this, hit a ramp that was eventually constructed here, like a way, like a bump or something, and then launched himself into it. Because I don't think they could have possibly produced the angle here from this angle, from my expert analysis. Like, let's check the ballistics report again. Like, the car hits it really horizontally, it does come from like the back this way, like the down. So maybe it is around where I was saying it was. Maybe it is around here, but I think it has to be more this way a little bit, more over here rather than more over here for my analysis of the situation. And now, unfortunately for all those interested souls, I couldn't get any closer to the scene of the crime. This is as far as we go, and I don't really get any more angles. Like, I'm assuming if this brick wall was here, I don't think the car made it through the brick wall. I think they launched themselves over it. So the brick wall being here is irrelevant because either they went through here, but I don't think they could have hit such an angle where they run into the house. So instead, I think they just kind of launched themselves as far over this brick wall, probably like around where the crane is, and into the house, and fucking exploded. I know it didn't explode, I guess. That's kind of convenient. I don't know how the car didn't blow up, but you know what? Good driving on them for, I guess, keeping the car's integrity intact. And so I just want to, share with you one of the just wackiest videos I've seen, a little bit of just complete shock and awe on how the person produced the angle that they did. And I don't really understand how, once again, they managed to do it, but it is just insane. I feel like I needed to, share my luck with everyone else in having viewed this video and also a little bit of my analysis. So I hope you took something out of this about how impressive idiot drivers can be. That's really all I got for today. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.